Welcome to the Mandcave, the only podcast hosted by two best friends with nothing in common.
Very little.
Except their first names. I'm Mandy Kaplan.
I'm Mandy Fabian. Every week we test the limits of our friendship, arguing over some new movie, book, television show, trends, fashion ideas, and all of Mandy's dumb ideas. Grab a couch. Let's get to it.
Cut this shit.
Not my dumb ideas, Barb.
No. Oh.
Barb.
What?
Because I heard what you said last week about Barb and Star go to Vista Del Mar.
Go to Vista Del Mar. It's a great movie. I really like it.
It's not a good movie.
Oh, I loved that movie.
Incorrect.
What are you talking about? What did you not like about it? I laughed so much. I was laughing out loud.
Of course you did.
Because they're so adorable and they're so friendly. And that book club, come on, that book club bit.
I don't remember a book club bit. This was a pandemic movie. Like, it came out right at the beginning and I couldn't wait because I'm like, new content to watch. And Kristen Wiig and Annie Mumolo, and I love them. And it was just a sketch that just went on too long. And you even said, like, it's got a great plot. There was no plot.
There was a plot. There was the kooky.
Boy.
She was the kooky, I'm going to take over the world and I'm going to have all these mosquitoes. It was a silly plot, a very silly plot that they kind of made fun of the whole way. But there was a plot. Yeah. There was mosquitoes. There was a blinking sensor that would alert the mosquitoes. It was under the stage at the big, whatever.
There was a plot. There was mosquitoes.
The pageant happening. No, I thought it was funny. It was silly and totally unbelievable, but really funny.
You went to film school, right? Or you
know what's so funny? This is the kind of movie that you would love and I would hate.
Right.
That's so weird.
I can't believe I have to review Mosquitoes Are Not a Plot. But that is something I need to review with you. That's not a plot. No,
they're killer mosquitoes. That's a credible threat. Maybe not credible, but it's a threat. No, their relationship was so sweet. They remind me of Ted Lasso. So anybody who likes Ted Lasso should go check out Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar because they're so sweet. They're so friendly. They're the way they are with their friendship, and they never say an unkind thing to each other. And every time they have a conflict that's even like sort of a conflict, they immediately start apologizing. And I love their characters. It's so sweet. You could take a page out of their book. You know what I mean?
Shut up. Shut up. You're stupid. Shut up.
I guess I just felt a sense of longing for something I'll never have.
Exactly. But we could do the whole podcast in that accent because that is my favorite accent.
Oh,
we know
God.
that.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah. So, and then you also half watched and half reviewed another movie when I was peeing last week. What was that?
Everything Everywhere All at Once. And
okay. I didn't see that one.
I don't know. Peeing and redecorating your kitchen, I think. It was a long pee break.
My studio, Mandys, is like a little separate building from
like half a
the
mile.
Manse.
Yeah.
So I got to jog back. Right? I mean, there's a people mover in between. It's a lot.
And sometimes you have to stop and talk to the gardener about what he's doing with the begonias and why aren't they thriving.
To the gardener. Talk to him. That's what I do with the gardener. Good. Well, yeah. So I wanted to start off with right on brand with disagreeing about Barb and Star. Check.
Yeah.
We've done that.
Great.
What else?
Everything
are you
Everywhere
all
at once, right? Did you? I only saw half of it.
I didn't see it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. It's interesting. Well, maybe we'll watch that one. Because I don't like to leave things unfinished and then I have to do... that's not what I'm assigning you this week. I'm just saying at some point, somewhere...
because I've heard it's going to give me anxiety and I don't want to...
No, it will not give you anxiety. Whoever said
time travel-y.
No. Anybody who said that's stupid, it's not going to give you anxiety. It's just a weird movie. It's not...
Okay.
It's like a sketch. It's sweet, actually. It's all...
Oh.
It's very kind of... to me, it was like an emotional sort of on the nose.
Oh.
You won't understand half of it. Or maybe you will, but try not to.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah.
I won't understand a word of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't understand a lot. Well, also because,
Don't say it. Don't say it. Okay. You're a horrible person. What else are you wrong about this week?
I'm not. That's a language that you don't speak either. And I don't even know what language this is. That's bad. Okay. Wait, what did I watch this week? I watched the first episode of Bad Sisters just to see if you were wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And you're halfway wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to watch a second episode.
The first episode's the best one.
Oh.
So by episode 3, you're going to be going, oh, she was right.
Oh, all right. But I love Sharon Horgan. Like I would do anything.
No, I love
to work
her.
with Sharon Horgan. We're starting a new podcast next week, so I got to watch all her stuff.
Oh. All right. What am I gonna do? Although one of our Fandies, Jonas, he says I'm wrong and he loves Bad Sisters and he let me have it. So there you go.
Okay. Well, then maybe I'll be on Jonas's page. I thought that I was like, I like enough about this to keep watching, which is, you know, that says something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
I'm such a quitter. We have not quit on Bad Sisters. The other day, Jer said, I have really bad news. We have a new episode of Bad Sisters we have to watch.
Oh,
like,
no.
That's how we feel about it.
He doesn't like it either? Why are you watching it?
I don't know. I think
why are you
mostly
still married?
Sharon Horgan and Dylan McDormick. Is that McCormick? Dylan McCormick?
Oh,
from
yeah, you're okay.
Leo Grand.
I'm sorry. Daryl. It's Daryl, right?
I don't remember.
That's my big complaint with you is, first of all, that's uncool. You know what I mean? It's uncool to be dating someone and then shit on their program in a public space. Yeah. You have to be supportive of him. You know? He's so good in it. He's so good in it.
He is. He's very good.
Oh, God, he's so good, right? Like,
yeah.
I think I can't wait to see his new series, Daryl Eats Yogurt. I'm pitching that.
Says as she finishes a yogurt.
I just love him.
You also love Patton Oswalt.
I do.
So should we talk about We All Scream?
Yes, we should. What a great title for a comedy special. I'm going to say this. He is so, I find him so likable.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little Jim Gaffigan-y in his, like, he's not super, he says dirty things, but even when he says them, you sort of, I don't know, he's not super acerbic, I guess. He doesn't have a real, or maybe he's saying dark things, but I swear to God, he just comes across as this, like, really nice guy. So
I think he is a nice guy, and I've heard from people who know him very well. He's a wonderful guy, but he has a sadness and a darkness about him. He always has. So, I like that he seems to be a person that, despite his darkness, he finds humor.
Yes,
he just finds a way to make light of things and keep it funny. He's very, very funny.
Yeah, it was very upbeat, but I'll say, like, I didn't laugh for the first 30 minutes, and it was only an hour special.
Yeah, not a lot of laughs.
Yeah,
a lot of charm. A lot of the way I used to view Seinfeld. I'm not a Seinfeld person. Okay, come at me at Mandy_Kaplan_Clavens. I know. But I would watch Seinfeld and I would go, oh, that's funny. Oh, that's really funny. That's a funny idea. Oh, that's funny. I never laughed. Never laughed at Seinfeld. I acknowledge it as being funny. You know, I'm not saying I don't like it.
Right.
But if I'm watching comedy, I want to laugh.
Are you a laugher at home? Like, do you generally laugh at home by yourself? You do?
Yeah.
It has to be a real sucker punch for me to laugh out loud. Like, if I'm laughing out loud because something surprises me so much.
Wait, but you're the best audience member ever.
I am, but I think even watching my own movie, I find that I respond differently with when people are watching it. Like, there's something about...
So you mean, like, if you're home and you were watching Barb and Star on an airplane, were you laughing?
I was, yeah. I was chuckling because I was on an airplane. But yeah, I laughed, yeah. But I think also, here's the thing. You were excited to see Barb and Star. I heard nothing and thought it would be pretty bad. So on some level, it was just kind of I'm curious about this movie, but I probably won't like it because it won't be any good. And then I was like, oh, this is so charming and funny, and I'm enjoying spending time with these characters. You know, like I think it's all about the expectation.
Oh,
and
I agree.
Expect Patton Oswalt to, like, slay me. Like, he's on Twitter. I follow him on Twitter, and, like, I think he's so funny and he's so political and he's so just. But
this, I think, was. This was his coming out of the dark, right? Like, he walked out and it was about, like, we just got through with a shutdown, a pandemic. And so, and I know a lot of people are like, I'm not ready to joke about the pandemic or the shutdown. I don't want to see stories about it. I am ready. I would like to look back and make fun of it. So I enjoyed his, you know, how he's like, when the pandemic started, I was going to do this and accomplish this and learn this language and do this. And then I did nothing, you know. And so even though I wasn't laughing Deadwood. Out loud.
He watched
twice.
Deadwood. And then when it ended, he went back and started on the first episode again. And that's what he did with the pandemic.
Right. So I guess it made me laugh and it made me realize this is a conversation that I'd like to have. What What did you, and if you say sourdough bread, so help me, I will throw my computer out the window.
Listen, if the truth hurts, if you can't handle the truth. Yeah.
When the pandemic started or the shutdown started, what did you hope to accomplish? What did you accomplish? I want to know your journey with that, because he was very specific about the pandemic for himself.
Yeah.
What about you?
I was going to get one of those, I was going to buy a tricked out van and take my kids and go to all the national parks.
You were?
Yeah. That's definitely something I was like, oh, let's do that. But then I started to realize, like, well, if I road trip, the whole country's still going to be shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Although, who knows? Apparently it wasn't. That news got to me slowly via Pony Express. But if we'd gone to Florida, we would have been fine.
Florida. Sorry, Myrna.
Florida. Yeah, we love you, Myrna.
We're not going to. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. So, but that was my dream. What about you?
As you know, and it's not all that helpful for the podcast, but
sign language. Oh, you were going to get fluent in sign language?
I was going to go back and start at the beginning and take online courses and really do it.
Wow.
And I said to Casey, you'll do it with me. And he lasted about 20 seconds and then he was done. And I lasted about 6 minutes and I was done. So I'm disappointed with myself, because I really thought that I was like, this is my chance to really go back and do something I've always really wanted to do. And I used to be better at it.
Wow.
Here's a brag. Here's a non-humble brag. Here's just a brag.
Coming out of where? What? Go ahead.
Yeah. I made 2 miscast videos that I shot and that wonderful people in my life edited, and I put them out in the world. And I still, once every few months, I go back and watch, because our frame of mind during the pandemic I was so scared and depressed. And
you were a wreck. Yeah.
I was a wreck for the first year. I was. And the idea, this podcast was born, but the idea that I was able to do something creative that made people laugh. And then at the end of the videos, they always say, till we're all together again. And that got me through. So I'm proud that I did that.
Yeah. There's a song I have to share with you, and I'd like to share with Fandy Nation. I need to get the name of the artists. I can never remember their names, but it is called the Keep Going On song. And if you go to YouTube and you search for the Keep Going On song, I've done this search many, many times. It's this group called the Bengsons, Bengsons, and they are. This woman she is like a modern day Janis Joplin. Her voice is unbelievable. And have I shared that song with you?
No.
Oh, it was like one of my favorite things to come out of the pandemic. It's her and her husband. They recorded it. They made the whole thing up as they went. I mean, I'm sure there was some structure, but it's great. It was beautiful. And that's all about that. They're like, we're singing this song to you wherever you are, and it makes us less alone and you're less alone. And it was really, really sweet. I went the opposite direction in the pandemic, though.
You weren't creative?
I was so creative, but I was so happy to not have to do, I quit the business, basically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was so happy just hanging out and not feeling any pressure to be writing or specifically, networking or anything, or worrying about my career at all one iota, that I was completely liberated in this way that I didn't realize how much I worried about it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my God, I get to take this moment in time and just who knows what's going to happen on the other end of this. And I was actually really okay with it. I was excited.
It makes me want to chop up and snort Xanax to hear you say those things. That is not my personality at all.
Oh God, no!
Yeah,
I was thrilled.
God, just let's just see where this ends up. No, I will force the ending I want every time.
Oh my God, I was excited. I was so excited to be like, I'm just going to not attach. I'm not going to think about anything, and I'm going to go with wherever this takes me. And I know whatever it is going to be great, because I was so happy to not be hustling, the hustle they talk about. And and then we came out of the pandemic, not even all the way, and then I ended up doing a movie.
Right. So something was born.
Yes.
And what about fitness? Because he talks a lot about fitness. Were you one of those who let yourself go, or were you one of those who stayed fit? Or
my sister lived with me and we used to walk. It was really nice. We would walk like twice a day. I didn't go crazy. I did like some online yoga classes and stuff like that. But I pretty much let it go. As you know, I was baking bread. There
was so much bread.
Yeah. And we went to the ocean. We were at the ocean like every day, swimming.
Right.
It was so, we played volleyball. Like we were very, very active because outdoors was the only thing you could do. So actually,
Right.
Probably in better shape than I'd ever been.
Yeah. Patton Oswalt talks about his elliptical. Like he gets I thought this was really funny character work. So he gets a jogger, a little trampoline.
Yeah.
And he's like,
a rebounder.
I bring home the jogger, a rebounder. And I bring it up and I put it next to my elliptical, which is just covered in clothes and no one's used it. And then I leave it alone with the elliptical. And then he becomes like the voice of the elliptical. He's like, I was young like you once. He used to use me too. And like, it's a funny bit about like an old grizzled cop and the new rookie on the force. I've always been a walker, but the pandemic was like, well, might as well walk 7 miles a day, 8 miles a day.
Right.
Like there was nothing stopping me. There was no other thing to do.
Yeah.
And it gave me escape from my house, from feeling confined, from feeling like a mom and a school principal and a janitor and a lunch lady and everything. It just gave me.
Didn't you take dance classes too?
I did. Oh, I joined an online dance studio.
Yes.
And I was dancing in my kitchen like a mad woman. I loved it.
Yeah. See?
Yeah. But then as the world started opening up, they're like, hey, good news. We're no longer going to put the videos up. We're back in person. And I was like, you're in San Francisco. I need these videos. So I haven't done that.
Oh, I think maybe there's some other spots. Yeah.
I tried a lot of different ones, and the one I found really spoke to me. They were my level. I'm like intermediate. It was perfect. I tried some others that I was like, oh, I'm way behind, or oh, this is like sweating to the oldies, and I'm advanced, and I shouldn't be doing this.
It's funny that we're talking about this, and we're like, God, wasn't that great when you were doing online dance? And I was
no, it wasn't.
I have this whole fantasy. Yeah. I still have a fantasy about like homeschooling my kids and like taking them around the world. And I know, well, it's just a fantasy. I'm not actually going to do it because the reality of it is there's so much work, and my kids prefer school. They like to be with their friends,
right? Yes,
but it awoke a whole idea that I had, like, oh yeah, let's hit the road like Thelma and Louise. The first big laugh that I had in this, I think my favorite bit in it was when he talked about people being vaccinated or not.
What made you? I don't remember a laugh line in there.
Oh my God, it was hilarious. He was talking about the people who were. I don't remember the specific jokes. It was around 25 minutes in, Pete, if you want to find it and play it.
I got my vax right when the vax came out. Immediately. I didn't jump the line. I didn't use my privilege, but I acted on some inside information. And I feel a little bad about this. This is how I did it. Right when the vaccine came out, I have a friend, lives out in Riverside, and he calls me and says, maybe, I don't know if I should tell you this, but out where I'm living, it's MAGA country. No one is getting the vaccine. There's a Rite Aid near me. There's a woman sitting at a table. Everyone that walks in, she asks if they want. No one will get it. They're throwing crates of this shit out the back. If you drive out here, you will get a shot. Don't even make an appointment. So I drove out there. I walk in. There's a woman at her table. I go, hi, excuse me, I'd like to get a vaccine. And she was like, you what? Like she had she'd like run out of Tolkien novels to read. Like, yeah, let me get you set up. Like, go stand over there. So while I'm waiting, my friend was right. Everyone that walked in, would you like a vaccine? No, thank you. Would you like a vaccine? No, thank you. And one guy gave her a, yeah, no thanks. Like, yeah, nice try, deep state. I think I'm gonna stay tracker free for the time being. That's all right with you. Hang on. Yeah, I'm at the Rite Aid again. Yeah, they tried to get a fucking track. Hang on, I'm losing you. There you are. Yeah, no, I'm off the grid, man. That's right. I'll call you later. Got my shot, got my second shot. Been boosted twice. I'm fucking fine. In 1955, the polio vaccine came out. 1955. We were 2 years away from satellites. There were no satellites. And America could not have been more backward, racist, homophobic, sexist, and these non-satellite having racist dipshits line the fuck up to get their fucking vaccine. What the fuck? Give me that shot. I can't police these water fountains from a wheelchair. I can't beat up queers inside an iron lung. Give me my science. What am I, a caveman?
I loved his barn full of clown pubes. And you didn't.
Not at all. Not funny at all.
Oh, to me, it's so funny. And his delivery, he has a very specific delivery that I'm going to imitate because that's who doesn't love that. But so he's okay. So he's starting a joke, right? And he's good. You know what? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He cuts himself off as if he's just thinking of it.
Yep.
And I think that's a hard thing to achieve because obviously it's been written and rehearsed to death.
Yep.
But the way he does it, you genuinely believe he's like, no, wait. I just thought of a way that's funnier. You don't like it?
I love it, but you don't genuinely believe it at all. It seems very rehearsed to me.
Oh, I like the way he does it. It makes me laugh when he stops himself and doubles down. It makes me laugh.
It's very clever.
And he goes on and on and on about a barn full of clown pubes.
Yes, he does.
And I liked the amount of time it lasted. And when you get a joke and you beat it to death and then you beat it some more and then you beat its lifeless body and then you keep beating its memory.
Yep.
If it works, it really works. And he did that.
That was a really, really good. You should do one of those memes, like one of those things on like your comedy rules. beat a joke to death, beat its lifeless body, beat its memory. Did you just come up with that?
Yeah.
Mandy Kaplan School of Comedy. I love it. I am so with you. I don't remember if we talked about it on the podcast about the Emmys and Jimmy Kimmel sticking with the bit.
Right. We did not. We did not, because I had to look up what that was because I heard people talking.
Oh, okay. So Jimmy Kimmel, for those who didn't see the Emmys, they did a bit where he was so sad that he didn't get nominated or didn't win his Emmy that he drank too many skinny margaritas and was passed out. And Will Arnett dragged him out on the stage. And then they awarded the gal from Abbott Elementary for best writing for her pilot. And then Jimmy Kimmel's passed out the whole time. Will Arnett can't get him up to, say anything. And then he stays on the stage, passed out for when this woman comes up and gets her award. And it was really shitty. And he apologized later. But in the moment,
tears in his eyes.
Yeah. Because it was a shitty thing to do. But in the moment, I completely understand why he did it. And it's because we say this in our house, you commit to the bit.
Mm-hmm.
You got to commit to the bit. Once you go there, even if it's not working, if you commit to it a little harder, maybe it will work. And so I was respecting what Patton was doing.
You're directly quoting my wedding vows, which,
if something's not working,
to the bit.
Do it harder.
Yep.
Yes, definitely.
Hot. Yeah.
No, so I had that feeling. I was totally respectful of what he was doing, but he didn't have me at the very first clown pubes. I was like, what? So I didn't then find anything about it funny about trying to decide how would you know they're clown pubes and all this stuff, because I didn't inherently find the idea funny. I was like, okay. And I just was waiting and waiting for it to be over. And then that was the bit that he did. But I can imagine
that was a solid chunk of the special.
I think it was the first half that I said I didn't laugh through.
Oh, I really did.
Well, that's such a surprise that we would disagree.
I know.
But we both love him. That's the important thing.
Do.
Oh.
And his crowd work was great.
Mm-hmm.
He lucked out with who was in the front row. And now, having done some, not stand-up, but live performance with a microphone in my hand last night,
Did you work the crowd?
I always try to be off the cuff and I feel like I blacked out. And at one point, I find it so challenging, and he did it beautifully where he asks the question, there's a bit of a dead end. He has to pivot. He has to keep going, make light of it and move on. And he was perfect.
Yeah.
I came out and said, ladies and gentlemen, or anyone in between, because I was so scared that we're not allowed to say ladies and gentlemen anymore in our woke era.
Uh-huh.
And then I spent the whole time being like, I mean, no matter, I don't judge, like whatever. Like I had that flash of like, I just put everybody off by saying, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And then I was in my head the whole time. And I remember one moment, I won't know until I watch the video. I remember one moment of like repeating something I had just said because I was in my head going, oh my God, what are you saying? Just wrap it up. So not my strongest host duties last night. Although somebody said to me after the show, how many of these shows do you host? Are you at a different place every night?
There you go.
I was just like the host.
Oh, that's funny. Oh my God. Well, good for you. Well, then Sue, it must have been great. Patton Oswalt also does it like 4 or 5 times a week, right? Like, I mean, he's on the road. He's doing shows every night and he's been doing it for probably 20 years. So don't kick yourself that maybe your crowd work wasn't as good as his.
Well, yeah. I mean, who am I to compare?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, it terrifies me. I'm like, oh my God, what if they say something that's not funny? And then I realize, wait, he can turn anything funny because he's seen it all, because he's practiced just asking people and learning this skill of turning anything into a joke for hours and hours and hours on the road where there are no Comedy Central or HBO or Netflix cameras. God, I'm sorry.
Oh, what's happening? Got stuff. Oh, folks, I'm so sorry. She's in trouble. Well, while she's choking, I do want Pete to play something because do you have Sirius in your car? Do you listen to Sirius XM? You probably don't. You're way too classy. I'm obsessed. I listen nonstop. Okay. So he talks about how they name the Sirius channels and that he has better names for them. So Pete, if you could play minute 32:30 to 33:10.
Give the 70s channel a name emblematic of the decade. Your mother and I are separating radio. How about that? That's good. Sure. Yeah. Giant candles everywhere for some reason tunes. The 80s could be Trapper Keeper tunes. And then the 90s channel could just be, I know. That was Aubrey Moore's 4-leaf clover on.
I loved the 1970s Your Mother and I Are Separating radio.
That was great. Yep.
And then when he gets to the 90s music and he's like, because 90s music, right? Grunge and like it's closing time. Like, come on, like 90s music, not good. And I like the way he was just like, I don't even have So
yeah, that was really funny.
Yeah. And I thought that was like the end, but that was minute 32. So that was halfway. But
yeah. And then coming off of watching him and I Love My Dad, it was funny because I felt like I had just spent all this time with him. Like it was more like watching an old friend than like, oh, that guy Patton Oswalt,
Yeah.
He's just his mannerisms, the way he's so comfortable with a mic and how he holds the stand. And I loved it when he got down and cross-legged and like put his chin on his head to talk to the audience. He's just so good. He's so confident.
But I do wish that there were more laughs. I like being
it wasn't like, he made a joke about, like a gibbon on Skittles or something. Like we was talking about jumping on the trampoline. And I was like, that's cute. But there were a lot of jokes that I was like, oh, it was more like that's a funny way to put that. It wasn't like, holy shit, that's the funniest image I've ever thought of.
Right. It's my relationship with Seinfeld. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, yeah. Do you know that I didn't even watch Seinfeld?
That does not surprise me.
Oh, well, I guess it wouldn't.
And I mean, you could try, but it doesn't strike me as your humor.
I watched it later and I loved it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I loved it, but I didn't watch it. It was one of those because I never watched TV. It took forever for me to get around to watching TV. And then I would watch reruns when I started knitting. This is New York City. This is my big, this is a big party days for me that I would stay at home and knit and watch reruns of Everybody Loves Raymond and Seinfeld.
That does shock me about you. That is very mainstreamy of you.
it was a moment in time, and now I'm super edgy again.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how I see you. Well, let's give it our reviews, our manned jobs.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd give it probably 3.5.
I'm somewhere very much around there.
Yeah.
3 to 3.5. And I've heard better from him, and I've certainly heard better specials from the aforementioned Jim Gaffigan, Dimitri Martin, Mulaney. Like, there's so many out there doing it well that I just wanted more from him.
But I'll say there were 2 or 3 good, solid, funny things. So if you got an hour to kill and you're doing the dishes, I have a friend who actually listened to it. She didn't sit and watch it. She listened to it like a podcast or something, which is a great way to listen to a comedy special. He was great.
You have other friends? I don't care for that. Okay, so I do have a game for you. A very relevant game. But first, let's tell everybody that Mandcave is a production of True Story FM, engineering by Pete Wright, music by Ian Post, and we need reviews. So please leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. And my computer is blowing up.
Oh,
and
nice.
Leave us a review, and we will give you a shout out on the next show. We need new reviews. It helps us grow. Thank you.
Yes. And we're also, we love talking to you. You can come visit us at mancave.com/Discord. There's a community channel. And then there's a super secret channel for members. You go to mancave.com/Fandy, that's Fandy, and you can become a member. It's like $5 a month, and we send you elaborate birthday videos, sometimes 2 or 3. I love doing them. I would do anniversary videos. I would do,
Tuesday
last day of high school videos, Tuesday videos. Okay. It's really fun.
That's called Cameo. It's just that no one's paying you.
Yeah, no, that would be embarrassing. Yeah. I do have a friend who signed up for Cameo for like a charity. They were like, would you do Cameo for us? And he signed up and didn't get one request. That wasn't good for his ego. I have
a lot of friends on it. And when I see how low their price, no.
I mean, honestly, at Fandy's, I will pay you to get to do your birthday video. That's how much I like it.
Oh, well, that's a nice offer.
So that's the being a Fandy. Yeah. And then we've also got fun merch.
Yep.
We have the best new merch based on our podcast last week.
Daisy Flowers.
Oh my God.
Sexy leopard jacket. What is it? What were you?
Leopard Blue Jeans was my porn name, and you were Daisy Flowers.
Yes.
It's Daisy Flowers, and Leopard Blue Jeans has a t-shirt on merch. Mancave.com/merch. Go check it out. We are very excited. I'm buying one for my husband. I blew the surprise, but anyway, it's great. So go check it out and join our Fandy family, and we love you. And thank you, everybody.
Yes. Okay, so what I wanted to do today, which is totally unrealistic and never going to happen, so I scrapped it.
You want me to do 15 minutes of stand-up?
Yes, I wanted to write. I'm not kidding. I was like, we're going to write a type 5. Like, I'm going to have Mandy follow this template, and she's going to have a type 5. For you non-industry folks, that's a 5-minute set, like that you can get up and do at an open mic night. But
can we do that after we podcast? That actually sounds really fun.
Yeah,
I could use that.
I don't know how.
I told you I'm open to anything.
I thought it would be easier, like a fill in the blank, a way to a generic type 5, but I couldn't find it. So we have fill in the blank punchlines of the most famous, infamous dad jokes.
Okay.
So you should be able to get them if you have a dad or live with a dad, or I think you're going to be A-okay.
The bit about his wife going after the guy with the pink baseball bat was pretty great too.
Yeah. Yes.
That was a very, very, very funny story.
Yes.
All right. Yes. Dad jokes.
Okay. Let's start with a classic. What time did the man go to the dentist?
What time did the man go to the dentist? See, my kids hate me because I'll take half an hour to answer these, but I know we're on a schedule here. So what time did the man go to the dentist? I can't think of it. I don't know.
Okay. I happen to know this one, but I'm not going to give it to you. So I'm going to click the little I give up button.
Oh, it's a quiz? Oh, okay.
You're filling in the punchline.
2 o'clock?
2:30.
2:30.
Hurdy.
Oh, tooth
That's
hurdy.
the answer.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hurdy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you get a squirrel to act like you? Act like a
nut.
I'm going to type in your answer. Correct. I made a pencil with 2 erasers. It was
a pencil with 2 erasers going in circles, a double-ended pencil. Boy, my brain went someplace else.
It was
it got the lead out.
Pointless.
Oh, there you go. Yep.
What do you get from a pampered cow? Blank milk.
Velvety, rich dick milk. No. Pampered, I don't know. Like
what?
Okay, not
Rich
dick milk. That sounds wrong. No, okay. From a pampered cow.
But dick milk belongs on our t-shirt with daisy flowers, and
he starred in my first 2 movies, and then we couldn't work out the contract for the third.
Graphics department, we need dick milk added in there. Okay. God,
a pampered cow, I don't know. A bovine, I have no idea. I can't do it under pressure.
Spoiled milk.
Spoiled milk. Okay. Well, pampered and spoiled. 2 different things.
I hope
go ahead.
The Fandies at home are trying to fill in these blanks and let us know your scores at the end. How do you make holy water? You boil the out of it.
Shit. The sins. You boil I don't know,
What's
Jesus Christ's
name?
blood. Francis.
I'm assuming it's hell.
Oh.
Correct.
There you go.
Now I'm just helping you. Now I'm helping. Okay. Did you hear about the guy who invented lifesavers? They say he made a
killing. He made a lot of kids choke. They say the guy who invented lifesavers, they say he made a roll of
killing.
Money.
It might be it. Killing. Let's try it.
He made a rainbow of money.
A mint. That's not good. That should be like
there are some mint
Mentos.
Lifesavers.
The guy who invented Mentos.
Yeah. It should be. Well, why don't you write them? You want to take a second and send a letter to whoever did this website?
Yeah. Dear BuzzFeed, if a child refuses to sleep during nap time, are they guilty of resisting?
Arrest. There you go. Yeah.
That one came.
That one came. Okay.
What does? Oh, this is right up your alley. What does a zombie?
I was like a child resisting a nap. Jesus Christ.
What does a zombie vegetarian eat?
A zombie vegetarian eats. That's a good question. Plant-based brains.
What about no-brainers? Is that? I don't know.
No-brainers is good. Yeah.
It's not going to be right.
Veggie hands.
Grains.
No.
That's not good. That's not a good joke. What has 2 butts and kills people?
Long compound sentences. 2 butts. Arrears.
An assassin.
Oh.
Ass.
I mean, yeah.
Ooh.
Well, it's not incorrect.
This is painful.
A little fun. Okay.
Oh, can I interject a good joke?
Yeah.
This is real hyper specific. So, somebody posted, I'm going to make a documentary about, the adult film industry. I'm not going to say it while you're drinking because I think it's really good. And I'm going to name it Porn. When did I have porn? Do you know that story, that famous quote? Carol Channing. Okay.
Yes.
When did I have corn? Yeah.
When did I have corn?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I couldn't stop laughing. Okay. Why did the Clydesdale give the pony a glass of water? Because he was a little
parched, drained, little pony.
Clydesdale.
A little horse. A little horse.
A little horse.
Yep.
Got it. Oh, how many of all right. lightning round. Here we go. Ready? How do you make a Kleenex dance? Put a little
salt. Snot.
Blank in it.
Booger.
Put a little boogie in it.
Boogie. Yep. Boogie. Yep.
I know because I'm a dad. Put a little boogie. I said boogie. I spelled boogie wrong. Why did the crab refuse to share? Because he was being...
closeted?
Shellfish.
Oh, shellfish. Oh, okay. Pinched
I just watched a documentary about beavers. It was... Oh, boy.
Uh-oh. It was damn good.
The best.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, I was going to really go for a vagina reference, but you kept it clean. God love ya. What do you call a factory that sells passable products?
That's a factory that does it?
Passable products?
A-okay? Mediocre?
Satisfactory.
Oh, satisfactory. Okay. All right. Passable. Sure.
And finally, let's end on a classic as well. Kid. Dad, I'm hungry. Dad, well, hi, hungry. I'm...
Oh, Dad? What?
I guess.
Hi, hungry. Yes. I'm Dad. Yeah.
You scored
That's a pretty good one.
40% better than all of the other quiz takers.
Wow. Well, we were teamed up. I mean, solo, that would have been...
Some of those are terrible, terrible jokes. Okay, what am I going to...
Thank God the dads in our lives don't make dad jokes. Like, they say really dirty shit all the time. Like, they're awful and dark and say nothing appropriate for kids.
Yeah, you just described Jeremy so well.
Yeah. No, he's not awful. I'm saying, like, he has a dark sense of humor. Well, he has both.
He's just plain funny. He's perfect in every way.
Okay.
I think we can agree.
Good talk. Okay. Well, this week, it's interesting because...
I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah. I think this week, I'm going to assign you a really terrific movie from an independent filmmaker who is just coming out. We are going to watch a movie called Jess Plus None.
Jess Plus None. Okay.
I have a backup movie. We can have this conversation in front of our Mandys, but so Jess Plus None is a movie that I just finished and I'm having a private screening this Friday. So the people can't see it yet.
Right.
But I thought it would be fun if we could talk about it.
Of course.
And you have to pretend to like it though. That's the problem.
Of course I will.
Right. No, that's the problem. See, what if you don't then we can argue about it and that could be fun. But what do you think? I have a backup because I have another female filmmaker one that we could do. We could talk about my movie later.
Yeah, we're both gonna see Just Plus None on Friday. So let's assign something different and talk about Just Plus None, but not make it the focus of our show because nobody can see it yet. So for them, it's like they want to see it,
Well, I hope they do. My God.
They're gonna.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Then we will do. There's a movie called Not Okay.
Okay. No, not okay.
It's called Not Okay. And it's a female
We have
filmmaker.
a Who's On First happening here. Yeah.
It's a dark comedy. I know nothing about it except that I heard it was good and it made my list. And it's on, I think it's on Disney Plus. So we're going to...
I can't stop.
You're doing a great job. You're doing great.
All right.
Yeah. There you go. You found it. Congratulations. All right. Then we'll watch Not Okay. And then we'll do a little pre-chat about Just Plus None. It didn't occur to me till right now that you're probably not going to be able to say anything critical about it. I mean, not well, you could actually. I invite you to.
Well, look, I have been so excited to see this movie for so long. I'm going to love this movie. And if I have anything, I can't imagine being critical, but I'm going to tell you what I love and why I love it. And it's going to be great. Yeah. So
I'm excited.
I can't wait.
All right. Okay. So we've got a double feature for next week.
Woohoo. All right.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.